he said he's going to fix it and things like that. I must give him 3 months. If he doesn't fix it in 3 months, he's going to kill himself. The man that I take as my soulmate wouldn't have... Yes, he's done things to me, but this is an extreme of what he has done to me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Space to Breathe, episode number 7. What is po?
Yes.
We have a beautiful guest today. Can you believe that it's our first time meeting each other face to face? We've always in conversations on our live TikToks every Thursday, 8 p.m. We are also on a WhatsApp group, but today she's here. I'm going to give her the platform to introduce herself.
Okay. Hi, everyone at home. This is Mrs. Agnes, known as Poppy Masuku. I'm from Bromfisherville. I was born in Pimville in Klipspruit. I'm a daughter to Masirame Peta, Piri. And there's 2 of us at home, me and my sister. And we're very close. I'm very happy about that. And I run my own business as well, if I have to say.
Yes, please.
I run my own business.
Tell us about it.
So I studied cosmetology.
Yes.
Like 2003.
Yeah.
Now it's going to reveal my age.
No.
Eh?
No.
Because like 2002, like people were like, how old are you?
How old are you? Yeah.
So in 2003, and then I finished the cosmetology, and now I did work, but at this present moment, I'm actually working for myself. I run my own business in Parkwood, in Rosebank.
Yes.
It's called My Touch by Aggie. That's me. So
My Touch by Aggie.
My Touch by
Oh my
Aggie in
goodness, what do you
Parkwood.
do, Agnes?
We do the facials, we do the massages, we do the waxings, we do the nails.
Oh my
We
goodness.
do in-salon treatments, and
Yes.
we also do house calls. Of course,
lovely.
the house calls is kind of like extra
Yes.
because we have to get out of the salon.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah, that's what we do in the business. And if you want to holler at me,
Yes,
just
please.
go to my Instagram, check me on the website, and I can also give you the number if you don't mind.
Please take.
Yes.
I'm giving you the platform to do this. So tell them about your Instagram page, tell them about your website, tell them about your number.
So my number is 082-927-3723. I don't have a landline, but for now I use that number as a business number.
Okay.
So if you want any treatment, you want any house call, I'm available with my team.
Super.
So we're all good, and we will make you happy and beautiful and all that.
We are going to book a session with the fellow widows for us to come to your salon.
Of course.
So today we are talking about widowhood.
Yes.
Which is part of your story, which is part of my story. But I always say it's not our identity.
It's not. Definitely it's
Tell
not.
me what is it, when I say not our identity, what does it mean to you?
It means that, yes, I am a widow.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that I have to carry myself as a widow. I need to be identified as a widow. Because I feel like every time you identify as a widow, you've got the shadow over you of the darkness of you have lost your husband. I want to be me. I want people to accept me as me. And my identity is I'm Poppy. Take me as I am. I don't want you to be, when you see me, go like, oh Mama
shame.
shame. How are you going? Yes, you can ask me how I'm going, but take me out of that zone, because I want to be free now. I want to live my life, and I don't want to forget. Of course, I won't forget. But I just want to move on so that I can live healthy for my children as well, and for myself as well.
Maybe give us a bit of a snapshot about your time when you were married, from the time when, probably we can say before you were married, then you got married, then now you're a widow. Maybe take us just through that journey.
So I met my soulmate.
Yes.
I will say my soulmate.
Yes.
Because that's how I took him.
Yeah.
I met my soulmate at Shawelo. I was invited by my fellow spiritual sister and Tapisei Mgomezulu. So she said, actually, she was my client, if I have to say.
Yeah,
She was my
lovely.
client at that time. And she's like, and then my ringtone was like a clap and tap gospel song. And then it's just like, you listen to that kind of music? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's like, which church you go to? And then I did mention my church. And then she says, do you sing in choir? I said, yes, I used to sing, but I would love to go back to choir.
Yeah.
Then she said, okay, come to Shawelo. There's the Mighty Singers Gospel Choir.
Yeah.
Come there at
Yeah.
6:30. We start the practice. And then I went there. And she couldn't believe that I actually would come.
Yeah.
Because she was my client.
Yes.
But now she's my sister, actually,
wow.
more than
That's
client.
beautiful.
She's my
That's
sister. I
beautiful.
must say that type
Oh,
thing.
that's beautiful.
So and then I went after work. Then I drove. I went to Shawelo, and then I started singing. At that time, to tell the truth, I was in a separation because I'm married for the second time. I was married first time.
Yeah.
So I was in a separation, but not divorced yet.
Okay.
My ex-husband was in prison for attempted murder of me and my kids, of our kids, actually.
So sorry.
So and then for me to be in activities like that, it was kind of like a healing process for me, especially with gospel, has to do with God. So I went there and I joined the choir and everything went well. Of course, my ex-husband, we're in a process of divorce and obviously
So you're in the process of letting go
letting
of that
go
life.
and things like that,
Yes,
because
yes.
who wants to be in an abusive physical marriage actually, and especially the one that almost killed us.
Oh,
So then I joined the choir, and then in the process of the whole thing, going to practice, going to concerts and things like that, and then I noticed some man.
all right.
I noticed some dark dindy.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, he looks good and he looks handsome for me. And what I saw in him was a man, a family man, not a guy that will just have a fling and play, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm always about the family. I'm always about building this thing of like changing now and
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I want someone who is stable.
Okay.
So for me, he came across that kind of a person. So that's where I met him at the choir, and
Yeah.
then our thing went. And then we started dating, and then we got pregnant with my last born, Sibahle, within 3 months in the relationship.
It was hip and happening.
That's how it was hype. And then we moved in
Yes.
together. Everything was just moving,
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
And then he said, you know what, this thing of like staying together, can we get married?
Yes,
Then that's
yes.
when we decided we get married. And then we got married, and then
And how long were you guys married for?
so it was like 7 years,
Sure.
if I'm not wrong, 7 to 8 years. And then we've been together for 11 years.
Oh, wow.
So and then after we got married, we got a house in Brandfischerville.
Okay.
And then we stayed there in Brandfischerville. We started our new life and things like that. I won't say it was all rosy. It was not all rosy. Of course, with relationship, you go through
Challenges?
challenges
There's
up and
marital
down
challenges,
and
yes.
things like that. And some things, as women, we like this to our husbands.
Siyabavala.
We like this.
Yay.
So there was too much infertility. There was too much financial infertility, I will say as well. And I will still go like this. I will still
And make
go,
sure that you cover him.
make sure that I covered him. He come out to people because he was a people's person. He was a people's person. So I make sure that when he walked out of our gate, people see him as this honorable
head of the
man,
house.
the head of the house. And that's what I did in my marriage. And we just continued like that. And I suppresses the financial infidelity. I suppresses the infidelity, like,
Or the
cheating,
whole,
or the whole
the whole
thing.
thing
Yes,
happening.
yes. So at some point, I think it got worse in 2024.
Yeah. 25 now.
2025.
Yo,
Oh
Askis girl.
my
I know you
God.
lost a year. It's okay.
Okay.
It's Askis.
So in 2023, it
Yeah.
happened that now I see that, you know what, I've handled a lot. I've shielded a lot. And I've done what I can do for this marriage, for this family. And I feel this man is now like seriously, on purposely letting me down, on purposely. So it came a point where I needed his help financially. I said, you know what, the car broke. Can you assist in that manner to at least we pay the certain amount that is needed for this car, because
Yeah.
I can have this money, but I need extra of this. And then
Yes.
my husband were like, I don't have money. You know I don't have money. I said, but all this life I've been with you, you always say you don't have money. What you given me, then you are done with what you are giving me.
So
you never
so
went
he will
extra
still
mile.
give you something.
You will give me
but
something.
it will be to a certain degree. Ukuthi sekaphelele la.
Yeah, sekaphelele. You wouldn't go.
Akasandluli
Yeah,
lapho.
akasandluli. You wouldn't go extra mile in that section. So I was like, can you this time go an extra mile, because the car is sitting at the mechanic and they're gonna charge me storage and we're gonna be paying more. So can we try to get the money? My husband still refused. I don't have money. So I'm like, something is weird here. So where I'm renting in Parkwood,
Yeah.
Nana said to the lady, can you kindly please assist in helping me not to pay the rent now?
So that I can be
So
able to
that I
use
can,
the car.
yes, so that I can take out the car from the auto people. And she said, no, Serena said, no, it's fine. I was speaking to the bosses as well. They said it's okay.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
So then I didn't pay rent on time. Then I tried to collect all that 11,000 something that I needed to pay for my car. Then life goes on. I still continue. I am upset, but
Yeah.
I'm still doing
But
that
you're still
thing.
the wife.
I'm still the wife, you know?
Yes.
And now he's starting to have secretly things that he's doing, messages and things like that. I have to go there. I have to do this. I'm like, something is fishy here. But then I let go. I was still, then comes December. I think that was my worst. Come December. And I say to this man, which is my husband at that time, my late one, I said, remember we have a plan that December we're going to buy the kids clothes and do some other
the
things.
whole family
thing
December.
that we do.
Yeah.
You know what
Clothing,
December,
groceries,
what we
all
do.
of that.
Yes.
Yes.
This, my husband looks at me and he says, Ish, my boss didn't pay me on time. I said, give it 15 and bosses, they do pay
In advance,
December. In advance. Or maybe they will pay you before Christmas. Then he says, yes, they probably going to pay us before Christmas, but they haven't paid us. Okay, I let it low. Come Christmas,
Nothing.
they only paid me half and there was no bonus.
Sure.
I said to him, and he tells me this, I'm still at work. And I said, you know what? I need to see what you're telling me, because at this present moment, I'm swamped in a lot of financial responsibilities that I have to do. And you promised to do 1, 2, 3. Then it's like, okay, I'll show you. And when I get home, he doesn't show me anything. The only thing that he did, he deleted the account, his bank account. He closed the bank account and opened to add another bank account. So I'm like, what do you mean the app is deleted? I want to see, open your phone, I want to see. He's like, no, our son was playing with my phone and he deleted on purposely the bank account, so I can't show you. I said, okay, let's go to the bank.
So that's
not far.
Yeah.
Give me the bank statement so that I can understand what you're telling me, because what you're telling me right now, I'm not understanding. Then he says, no, it's too late. We'll go tomorrow. I said, we've got cars.
All right.
Let's go. So he still insisted, no. We still continued. You got half of your salary. That's what he told me. He never got a bonus. You know, our Christmas was kind of like sad for me.
Sure.
And I tried to make it work for everybody, even the kids.
And
They
the
could
kids as
see,
well, yeah.
But then I made it like a Christmas, like I will do like every Christmas so that
Yeah.
they don't see that there's something wrong in the
Yes.
household. But they saw. And then, I couldn't. I think after Christmas, and then it was New Year's, and then I was like, it's a lot for me. It's a lot. Then I took, in January, I took the kids to school because they were in matric at that time. I'd say in 2024, which
Yeah.
was last year. Take them to school. It's a Sunday, and then I come back. I'm like, let me buy food because we're short now. Let me get meat and so that I can cook, so that when they come back from school,
Yeah, they
then
must
they
not-
can
yeah, they've got
find
food.
food. So I'm like, okay, this bank that he closed and deleted the app, it's open on Sundays. I go into the bank. Do you guys, when someone closes an account, can you still have the information? By the way, I did know because I called some of my clients
okay.
that are working in the
in
bank
that
business.
bank, okay,
They said,
yeah.
no, it lasts for 5 years. It's going to
Yeah.
be there, even though you
By
closed
law,
it.
by law, the bank
Yes.
must have records
By
for 5
law,
years. Yeah.
they will still have the records. So I still I go inside the site, and then I said, babe, can you come to the mall right now? It's like, why? I'm like, I'm in the bank. Come to the mall. You know, when he arrived, if there was a big hole like Kimberly, he will go inside.
Ish.
The way he was even shivering. Even the lady that was helping us was like, are you okay, sir? He's like, no, I'm fine. Then I said, okay, can you help? We need a bank statement for this time around. Because now I'm calculating also
From the time that you've been talking about the car,
about the car and
the
I want to
help,
see
now
what's
what
happening
happened.
actually.
Yeah.
So she gives us the 6 months, which is more now.
Yeah.
Now I see
Other things.
ask
easy.
you know, on that day, I remember I even called my mother. My mother has passed on. But I was like, Mom, what is really happening? Because I'm trying all by means to actually help or be there for the family. Because this guy I felt used, I felt betrayed, I felt played. When I saw that statement, he just dropped it on the table and he went outside, and I had to go through the statement alone. He came back inside the house around past 7. And I was still crying because of what I was seeing in that statement.
Yeah.
And when I realized that when I needed his help,
He had the money.
he actually had the money. He did get his salary. He did get his bonuses, you know. And I'm like,
Sure.
who is the fool at this present moment? So when he came back into the house, he's like, I'm sorry. He just went, I'm sorry. I'm like, what do you mean you're going, I'm sorry? So I raised my voice. I was in the anger. I
Yeah.
raised my voice
Yeah.
and I said words that were horrible to him, actually. Then I said to him, he must go. He must get out of the house. And do you mind the house that we're staying in?
Yeah.
It's my house. I bought that house with my inheritance.
Yeah.
The cars that we both driving, I bought it.
Sure.
Even though that's why I was saying, you need to help me because
I've done these things
I've
for
done
us.
these things. At least you also
Now,
have a car.
yeah.
With the car, I won't lie. He was putting money in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, at a certain point. And I was even forcing, I was like, I'm not going to pay for 2 cars. Yes, I've got you a car, but now you need to also put some more
Some
money.
money. Yeah.
So now I'm sitting, this man doesn't have money. So I need to pay for 2 cars now.
Sure.
So he went, and then he went to a friend. A friend said, can he come? And the following day, can he come? We talk to you guys and things like that. And then I said, no, he can come back home so that we can talk about this whole thing. My husband's still not saying anything. He's still not admitting to anything, you know. So me again, I don't know. I loved him too much, you know, because when I went for counseling, they told me that probably I have like, I feel like because my father left me, so abundance
Yes,
thing
coming from the fatherhood kind
from
of
the
thing.
fatherhood. Maybe that's why I always
Get attached
to
to
get
a
attached
man.
to a man, to feel safe when I have a man around me.
Oh,
That's why I
goodness.
keep accepting abuse. That's why I keep accepting
sorry,
being
sis.
in this relationship and things like that. So I accepted him, and we still continued. And then he said he's gonna fix it and things like that. I must give him 3 months. If he doesn't fix it in 3 months, he's going to kill himself. So I said to him, why would you kill yourself if you can say, this is simple. Do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Help me, I'm your wife.
Yes.
As much as I do.
Let's clean up.
Fix
Yeah,
all
let's-
of that.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
leave the
Yes.
cheating part. The
Yeah,
cheating
ngoba
part, I've dealt with it
It's
since.
okay. Sengamgelile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, just imagine you accept things like that, you know, but let's just move on. There's no relationship that doesn't have problem. This man, my husband still does the same thing. He gives what he can give and then keeps the rest to himself. So the last month after the Easter long weekend, actually this year on the 1st was his 1 year he has passed on.
Sure.
He took his life. So the 31st of March, if I'm not wrong, he went out and we were from church. And then he went out around 7. Remember, we got home at
Yes.
6 from the night vigil.
Okay.
Around 7, my husband leaves the house. I didn't even hear him. I didn't even see him because I was tired from a night vigil and I was sleeping. So obviously you could sense that. Mom.
Yeah.
Then I wake up around 9 and I look at the bed. I'm like,
He's not there.
where has he gone? You know? Then I'm like, oh, maybe he went to his friend. There's 2 streets from where we stayed. There's a man that stays there and used to go to him. I said, maybe he went to him. Or maybe he went, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out
what's going on.
And I'm thinking, why isn't this man not tired? Because we've been to church the whole night.
Yes.
We said we're going to sleep and then we're just going to relax the whole day. How 9, 10, 11. So I said to my son, Oratil, did you see your father going out? He said, yes. He went around past 7. I'm like, past 7? Then he's like, yeah, he went around past 7 and never came back. Then he comes back around past 5.
Sure.
Since he went that time. Remember, we're still having marital problems. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of shouting. I'm tired of screaming. I'm tired of anything else that will make us to fight. So then he comes in and he's like, okay, where have you been? But I asked calmly, like, where have you been? Then he says, no, I was up the grounds there by Salanang. There's a ground called Salanang there by Branfishaville. I was watching the tournaments. I was like, you were watching the tournaments from 7 until 5. I'm still calm. I'm like,
Sure.
You don't need a toilet. You don't need to eat. You don't need to bath. Like, what's happening? Then I leave it like that. Then I said, okay, that night I said, okay, we're still short. I've tried to, because the finances of the house, I was taking over because financially I can maneuver around
Yes,
to
as you know,
see,
Mama,
yes, and
we are
try
able
to
to bamba
balance,
lapha
okay,
and
this one
lapha,
we pay,
yes,
this one we
yes.
don't pay, or we
Sidlala
pay this.
umrabaraba all the time.
So I was the one who was handling the finances in the house.
Yeah.
So I said, this is the book. We had a book where we write everything.
Yeah.
I said, now we should just 5,000 rand. Then we're done with
Then we
the
should be
debts,
fine.
we're
Yeah.
done with the
Groceries
groceries.
and anything else.
It's only 5,000 rand that we need. And at that time, our debts were like plus 23, 24,000 rand.
Sure.
That's our debts. Then he's like, okay, I'll see what I can do. I said, I even said to him, can you please ask your boss to loan you? Then he says, okay. If I said, please don't go to my shonisa, because he's been going to my shonisa. He says he's been going to my shonisas.
But the bank statement does not show that.
Yeah, bank statements just withdrawals. How clever is my husband?
Sure.
That no traces to say the money has gone to Noni's account, the money has gone to this.
We don't know when it's just withdrawals.
It's just withdrawals. So then he said he's gonna do that because on the 1st he was actually working. So when you work on public holiday, I get excited.
Yeah,
it's more money.
double.
I mean, you work in the mines.
Yeah.
So
I'm a rates at double
and
share.
he is. So then we started chatting, and it was a lovely day, hey? On the 1st of April, from the morning, how's your morning? I'm like, I'm good. What are you doing? I'm doing laundry, and I'm cooking, and things like that. And then, okay, are you still coming back at 3 o'clock? Are you still knocking off at 3 o'clock? I was like, yeah, I'm still knocking off at 3 o'clock. And then I was like, oh, good, I'll see you then because we need to talk. My car is giving me problems. Then it's like, no, if it's giving you problems, the bosses have given me a day off for the 2nd. So you take the car that I'm using and you use it for work and I'll fix the other one.
Yeah.
Having a nice, love you too, babe, miss you. We still do that.
Yeah,
in all that. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. And I was like, today we've got lovey,
yes,
more actually. This guy, my man. 3, baby, I'm knocking off late. It's another shift. I'm like, okay, more money.
Sure. So he's trying to
So
recover.
he's actually, he's trying to
yes.
recover. He's trying to push,
So he's coming. He's going to bring this extra income for us.
Exactly.
Sure.
Even with me, I'm getting positive. Okay, he's pushing. My husband is
Enthusiasm,
really pushing.
yes.
Let me not be hard on him.
Mm.
Then he comes past 7. How was work? It was good. We kissed and all that. Are you fine? I'm like, fine. Did you find the money? Yeah, I will talk to you. And then he went out. I don't know where he went. So he went out and then he came back around past 8. And then past 8, when he comes in, I'm like, Untatile has dish up for you food. Can she bring it for you? You know? She's like, no, put it in the microwave. I don't feel like eating right now. I would just have a snack of the amakip, the colored popcorns.
Yeah.
Amakip, because he bought me amakip, and I used to love amakip.
Yeah.
I hate amakip right now. Because that was his last thing that he bought me, and he ate them. I never ate them. And then
was that the actual day?
that was the actual day. So he said there, I was like, you're going to eat amakip, why don't you eat your food? We've dish up for you. He's like, no, I don't want. I think it took about 4 makip, and then he went out. We got an outside toilet. Then he went out to the toilet, and then the next thing, I was still catching up on the series myself, because I've eaten already and things like that. So I'm like catching up. Then my son was still in the streets. And I'm like, about this thing of my son being on the street late, we want to lock the gates and things like that.
Yeah.
So then he comes in and is like, and they're laughing with his sister and like, hey, did you see Papa? Come on, Clay. I'm like, you guys are making noise. I'm watching the series, blah, blah, blah. It's like, come see your husband. They used to say that, your husband, your wife,
Even my daughter always says, when she says, speak to your husband,
Speak to your husband. So come see your husband. I think he's drunk, because sometimes I used to say to him, don't drink Smirnoff Gordon. No matter how they can give it to you, it doesn't agree with you. It makes you worse. It makes you like, a drunkard. I said, he must have drank Smirnoff Gordon.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do well with his
him,
system.
yeah.
I said, just give him water and, he's going to be right.
We haven't seen him when.
He's outside. My son is coming in and they talking with the sister and then like my son's like, come. I'm like, okay. Now we have to, in my head, I'm like, okay, it's another episode that has happened before.
So it's okay. I know how to handle this.
Yeah, I know to handle this. We'll just pick him up, put him in the shower and all things like that. Then I get to him, I'm like, no, man, this man, my husband is half naked. He was using the toilet. Then we find the brookies down. And then, is it that drunk that he couldn't even
Pull up, yes.
pull up and things like that? But now I see my husband is going,
Yeah,
struggling.
so something is coming up from his mouth.
So my son's like, I don't think he's drunk. Then my son like smells him, and it's like, no, he's not drunk. Actually, he's not drunk. He's remember with me, he's from work. So I'm like, he must have eaten something from work that they given him, and
It's not, maybe he's reacting to
he's
it.
reacting to that.
Yeah.
Then we started like, let's pick him up, and I've tried to dress him up, and then obviously
The foam is coming
as the
out.
foam is coming out, and I see the toilets. Obviously, it's green. Obviously,
So did he drink something to poison himself?
I later found that out. Later, I found it out. In my head, I'm thinking he's been poisoned because there was a situation before that he was poisoned, and he said he ate at work. That's the last time he ate at work. So in my head, I'm thinking at work
It could be something
they gave
again.
because he
yeah.
kept on saying in that incident they gave him something at work. So with all this happening, and I'm thinking, after finding out, I'll go back to after finding out, I was like, was that time when he said he was given poison at work, was it him that actually took the poison and it never worked?
Worked for him.
It worked for
Yes,
him
at that time.
At that time.
Oh my God! So it's taking you back there.
So now it's taking me back there.
Oh my
Then we try, and then I
goodness.
call his friend. I said, Abudimos, quickly come help, Then he comes, then we trying to pick him up. He was a
Sure.
hefty man. We still pick him up. Then we try to put him in the car. Then we get into my car, and his friends, they get into his car to follow me. So then I try to drive, and one of the friends says, no, you can't drive when you're in this state.
In the state, yeah. Anything could happen.
Anything
Accidents
could
do happen.
happen.
Yeah.
But then he was in the States at that time, because when we get out of my house, he hit a quantum. I'm like, now you bumped into a quantum. It's like, who is in the state
Who's
right
this
now?
like between me and you now? Oh my goodness.
So
What a
then
day.
I took the car back that I'm driving, and my son is with his father at the back,
How
holding
old
him.
is your son?
He's 18, he's going to be 19. I've got twins, a boy and a girl. So he's going to be 19. So he's with him, like, Mommy, Pakisa, Mama, Pakisa. As we jumped the stop sign,
Sorry, Nana. Yeah. So sorry.
from where we stay, I was trying to be strong.
I know. Remember, we said we are not Mbogotos, no? We need to learn to let it out. And this is just an opportunity for us to do, and at the same time, it's a journey that we need to find how we can heal by taking it out. Let's talk it through.
So my son says, he starts screaming in the car, and he's banging my car seat. It's like, stop, he's dead. I'm like, he's not dead. Talk to him, speak to him, because September is not far. It's like not far from us. It's like, no, he's dead. And I'm like,
so
he's
sorry.
not dead.
I'm so
Wake
sorry.
him up.
so sorry.
Wake him up. Wake him up. And his friend was with me in the car. And then he says, just look forward. Don't look at the back. Just go. He's not dead. Your son is not seeing right. He's not dead. Obviously, he's trying to calm the horse. And
so that you can be able to get to the hospital.
We get to the hospital, and
It's okay.
oh,
It's okay. It's okay, Mama. I need you to breathe, Mama. I need you to breathe, okay? I need you to breathe. Breathe. Susan. Okay.
So I get off the car and I quickly rush to the back seat. As I opened, you felt like, and my son was screaming. The people from the hospital, they came. I think people didn't want to say anything. They didn't want to say anything. And they kept on saying, no, he's fine. He's been attended to. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. Just go to the reception and fill out the papers and things like that.
Are you sure you want to continue?
So when the doctor called me to the room as the family, are you? Are you? I knew that he was dead.
And with all that experience that you went through, I mean, from our own personal conversation, you did say that there were certain attacks that did come through. There's, I don't know if you want to go there. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, we
Are you
can.
comfortable? Okay. To share the fact that woman did come. This happened after he has spent money with another woman. And then here you are. You have to now carry the responsibility of being a wife. And you have to make sure that he is buried with dignity.
Yes.
But yet you're finding out that the money that he was spending, these withdrawals were going somewhere else.
Yes.
How have you been coping with that? I know it's a year now, but how have you been coping with that?
You know, when I found out about that, because I was given his phone, and his phone always had a password.
Eish.
On that day,
There was my phone, my password, my pin.
on that day, there was no password.
Oh, wow.
So he literally made sure that I found out everything on his phone.
Oh, my goodness.
So then on his phone, I see one message. He was chatting with, he had like 3 girlfriends. He was chatting with one dumped him the same day in the morning. I see he's been dumped, and the other one, that's the one that they were very close. And the third one, I only found out during the whole drama of
The
him
funeral.
has passed on, yes. But this second one, we contacted the first one, me and his brother to say, okay, let's notify the girlfriends as well. And the girlfriend's like, no, me and him, we're no longer together. And all. I said, we can see that you've sent a message. You said you don't want him anymore because this thing is not working out. But we're just letting you know that
he has passed on.
You were dating him anyway, after all. And then the second one,
You're strong. You are very strong.
at that time, when I found every information on that phone, I felt this man did it on purposely. Did he hate me? Did he not love me enough? I felt betrayed. I felt used. I felt played. I was like,
Sure.
who was I married to when I was having that phone and I was going through that phone? I was like, who was I married to? You know, because at some point I'm thinking, the man that I take as my soulmate wouldn't have.
Done.
Yes, he's done things to
Yes.
me, but this is an extreme of what he has done to me. You know, then we also chatted with the second one from Midlands, and then she says, no, me and him, we're not dating. I said, you know what, I just got his bank statement and things like that. And a day before he passed, after giving me the money to pay things, and he was left with 10,000 rand in his account. And that's the same day he spent the whole day with you. Then she
They
said,
spent the last 10,000 together.
together.
Sure.
So he's like, no, we're not dating. Me, I'm just consulting him. He was coming here because the lady is a Sangoma.
Oh.
I said, you were consulting my husband in what way? No, it's a patient and me, Sangoma,
Oh, yeah,
confidential.
confidentiality.
Yes,
Confidentiality.
So and then I was like, I'm his wife. I deserve to know, what were you treating my husband for? It's like, no, I can't tell you, but yes, I was treating him, and I will give him medicine and bath him and things like that. And yes,
Sure.
on that day, he spent the whole day with us, me and my mom and my sister.
Yeah.
That's when, as a family, we're like, okay, now you denied.
But
Like,
now you're confirming that you spend the whole day.
Yes, you are confirming
with
you're
your
the one
family.
with your family. So now you ask yourself, if your mother and your sister
Knew him.
knew him in that way, because if you go to a Sangoma or Mporofete or a healer or anybody,
your
you
family
go in
doesn't
there,
doesn't get involved.
Why
in
is
any
the family
form.
involved in that man? And when I see you say he spent the whole day with you here
Sure.
and your family.
Sure.
So, and I see the withdrawal of almost 10,000 something rand going like this, the same day that he said he was going to, he
Yeah.
went to Tsalanang
Yeah,
to watch the soccer.
Oh my
So he was
goodness.
there.
So he was there spending the money.
The whole day. He was there. And when I said to him, we need
Sure.
5,000 to finish everything that
Yeah.
we actually need to pay for, he said he doesn't mind because already he spent all that. And he had a policy. Obviously, he made it to lapse so that I
Yeah.
don't get anything.
Hi, Agnes.
I'm telling you, he had a life policy.
So ipolisi nayo ilapsile.
Elapsile, and he made sure that
Manje
his,
ngaba ngani ke lo muntu mase kunje?
yeah, and he made sure that his account is on zero. Ne? It was on zero. So you make policies to lapse, and you make sure that you finish every cent that you have in your account. Luckily, with me, I had a policy.
It's always
We are
us
women.
Woman, this is a lesson. Hey, Bafaz, this is a lesson. Can we really take the opportunity to put our house affairs in order, especially with Lentama policies? This thing of us sharing our way of having conversation, I think these are the lessons that we are learning every single day from my guests. We cannot shy away. And I know the conversations are difficult. Unfortunately, they are. But let's do ourselves justice, I can call it, for the lack of a better word. Ukuthi sibe nama basics. Yona indaba ye-service, yona i-funeral cover leyo. Because there's one thing that we also forget. Ukuthi i-funeral cover does not cover mortuary, does not cover the whole service package, anything else. So kubalulekile even that ukuthi let's find ourselves to have those kind of services as well. Packages that have that kind of a service. Then there's also a funeral cover that can give you cash payouts to be
Yes.
able to cover
Some of the things.
like your groceries, all these shortfalls ozoba unazo. Because I'm asking myself, if when Agnes you did not have that, bekuzoba kuyiliphi ihlazo lelo?
And to tell the truth, I couldn't care at that point. I was so angry.
You were angry.
I felt, you know, when you've been stabbed with a knife. My husband didn't stab me with a knife. I felt like he stabbed me with a spear. You know, I lost over 10 kilograms in 1 month. of losing my husband, the way the pain I felt this man has put me through, I didn't even want to bury him. The way I was so upset, I was so angry. And I'm like, I could take this money and put it for my children. I mean, they're in matric.
Yeah.
Next year, they want to study something else. Why would I want to bury this man who didn't even think about us? Who didn't even like say, okay, if I leave this world, leave me alone. Let me leave something for my
Forget about
children.
me, ke manje.
Yes, leave me.
And that's one of the things that I always come back to, Agnes, to say, fellow husband, don't do it for us again. Abafaz Ben. Do it for your children.
Exactly.
And if ipolice ubona ukuthi abantwana bakho abasesebancane akabafake ku-will okungcono-ke.
Yes.
Ukuthi athi ukuthi in the will this money must go to my children and my wife must not get anything because that was the intention.
That was
at the end of the day. You did not get anything. There was no policy. There was nothing in the bank account.
Nothing.
So the least you could have done ukuthi maybe low life cover ke leyo fellow husband, fellow life partner, wherever you are. Sicela ukuthi ke na ususeke thina ke ama wife or ama life partners ma ukuthi nifuna ukusincintsha inheritance
We can still pull through somehow. We're fighters.
We are fighters. God has give us the ability to be able to come back.
Yes.
And stand strong, right? But abantwana benu are the ones that are getting affected at the end of the day. Because manje ekugcineni umama mesimele enze plan ukuthi abantwana bayadla. Abantwana be esikolweni. Ikoloto lezi akushiye nazo because again it also comes back to how are you married?
So the thing is that me and my husband, that's another one. Me and my husband, we married in community of property before I could get my inheritance. So when I got my inheritance, then I've got clients who are lawyers as well.
Yes.
And there was one client of mine that retired now. She helped him because he was divorced. I mean, he wanted to divorce, and then she helped him and said, okay, I can help you.
So he needed to get divorced.
He needed to get divorced.
You also needed to get divorced as well.
Yes,
okay.
Because both of us in our marriage.
Okay, cool.
So then when she came back from the court and said, you know what, Agnes, can I advise you something? It's a white lady. It's like, I know you love your husband too much. I said, yes. I said, yes, I do love him too. I was like, the way you do things for your husband and your children, you go overboard. And I've seen that, and you've told me that. What I've seen in the court, I will suggest you get out of community of property.
To change from in to be out.
Yes.
Okay.
Then I was like, how? Because if I get out, that means the house that I bought with my money, he needs to get 50%.
50%.
I was like, no, you're not separating. He still loves you.
We are changing. The marital regime. Yes.
And then I said, with the cars, he's like, no, even with the car, anything that you own,
we are
that
just
you bought
changing.
It with him, we're just changing. Talk to him.
Regime.
It's going to be a difficult one.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a tricky one to see if is he in for
the assets.
For the assets.
Or is he in for the marriage.
Or is in for the marriage.
Interesting.
So then I get home and I talk to him. I said, the way we're going on with the finances, there's no year that passes me and you fight without fighting. And I feel like if I die, you're going to be left in this house and there will be another woman coming in this house. That woman will have a privilege of making use of my car, making use of my house.
Sheesh.
And these things, the car, I bought it with my hardworking
money
that I worked for and the money that my late mother has left me with. And I cannot allow it because financially you are giving me problems and I can see you're going to continue to do that.
Did he agree to that?
I said, if you don't, I don't know, but I said, if you don't agree to that, I swear my mother in her grave, she will turn and she will make your life miserable. That's how I said it.
And
I said, because
and
this
was it
house,
changed?
it's her mother.
Yes.
This house, I bought it with my mother's money.
Inheritance,
Actually, this house is my mother's house. But then because she passed on, it's my house. And me renovating and doing a lot of things in this house.
Making it a
home. You didn't contribute much when you can. And I could see you can, but you're just holding back.
Yeah.
So can we just change? I'm not saying I don't love you anymore. I'm not saying I don't want you anymore. Can we go back to
Changing.
yes.
Yes.
I want an anti-nuptial
Yeah.
and I want out of the community of property.
Yes.
I still love you, my baby.
Doesn't change.
It
Doesn't change the love.
anything. It's just that
Yes.
now, at this present moment,
I had to move.
as an
Yeah.
orphan woman, my kids have no one to go to when I die. So I need to leave a legacy for my children. So this house that I bought with my mother's money, I'm gonna leave to the children. Whatever I have, I'm gonna leave to the children. Can we have a policy for both of us? That's the one that loves us. Leave
But
everything
please tell me that he did agree.
Yes, he did agree. And
Okay.
then we went to court, and then we pretended we don't want each other, we can't leave each other.
Yeah.
Can this marriage be dissolved? And then marriage was dissolved, and then she said after 6 months or so we
Yeah.
can get married again.
Yeah.
Then we got married again.
And now out of community
Now
of
out of
property.
community of property.
Sure. Agnes, I know we can talk the whole day
I
with
know.
our stories. So I just want to say thank you so much, really, for making the time to share your story. And to you, my family, my viewers, I hope you've learned something from Agnes' story. And I hope you are going to do right. And we always, I always come to this to this podcast and ask and humbly ask husbands, life partners, please.
We are here to build.
Eish.
I mean, when
Siyacela.
they married us, they saw something in us that we are here to build. We want to be a family.
Eish.
So why now, when we married, you want to change the whole thing? You want to treat me differently? Or you don't see me as a woman that could be...
That deserves to
that deserves
have
to
this kind of
have-
inheritance
yes.
if should be something happens to you. Sure. So I just want to say, please do right by us as your wives, your life partners. And these are the things that I always say that you don't have to, if you feel that you don't want to have the conversation with your wife, speak to a financial planner. Most people, and I'm comfortable to say it as well, that I am a certified financial planner myself. And and we understand the importance of confidentiality when we're having a conversation. For the fact that I might know your wife or know anybody else does not give me the platform to be able to go and talk that conversation. No. When you've come to me and have the conversation with me, I make sure that whatever you've asked, we implement.
Yes.
So I'm encouraging our viewers to say, meet with a financial planner, get your house affairs in order. Mama, siniyazi ukuthi uNkulunkulu makanikeze wena ithuba lokuthi kube wena ophilayo. Please make sure that you also make sure that all your things are also sorted out. So I just want to say thank you so much. Is there just one closing statement that you want to share to our viewers?
It was a lovely platform for me to be in this, because it's also like a counseling. Because the more I talk about it, yes, it's painful, but it gives a relief in my life that actually can build another woman. And what you said a mouthful. You cannot change it. Husband, please. You married us for a purpose, so make right by us as we make right by you. We are not vultures. We are here to nurture. Everybody nurture me, I will nurture you. You know?
That's a beautiful closing. Thank you so much. And thank you to all our viewers. We are the Space to Breathe. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and comment. And by the way, subscription is for free, guys. You don't have to worry about paying. It's for free.
Yes.
Please go to our YouTube channel. It's called A Space to Breathe.